Hi, I'm Francesca, and for the past 6 weeks, I worked with Attest on automation of survey insight. Understanding your customers is important for your business, and not understanding them could have a negative impact. An example of this is Dove Real Body Shape marketing campaign. They suggested that women should choose a soap bottle according to their body type. Of course, the ad was not received well by the public and was discontinued immediately. And of course, it led to losses for the business. But it could have been avoided by appropriate consumer research. Here's where Attest comes in. Attest is a company that provides its clients with a platform that makes consumer research fast, simple, and actionable. So business decisions can be based on real consumer data, removing the guesswork out of the system. On their platform, clients can generate surveys. These surveys are sent out to their responders. After a sufficient number is reached and quality checks are passed, they come back to the client. Using an interactive dashboard, the client can click on the different questions, and then they see the number of responders for each answer. But can we provide further insight beyond this count without the client having to download the data, perform in-house analysis, which is expensive? So during my fellowship project, I looked at ways in which we can use AI to automate insight. Automatic survey insight can save time and money to the client because they won't have to do this analysis themselves, increasing their appreciation of Attest platform. In particular, what I look at was at how the demographics of the responders affect their answers. So if we consider the responder to a survey, we know how they answer to a specific survey question. So we would like a model to be able to identify what demographics are common to people that answered yes and people that answer no. So perhaps our analysis may identify that female tend to answer yes, while male tend to answer no. So in this case, gender would be considered a demographic driver for this question. I used a supervised learning approach. So we want our model to be able to predict the answers that our responder gave, given only their demographics. So we feed this information to a model which is trained, and then we look at the prediction. If the predictions are good, we can look at which features, so which demographic it uses to make these predictions. The most important one will be our main drivers. This approach, however, presents some issues. First of all, any data scientist knows that there's no such thing as a master algorithm that works on any problem. One has to train many different models and then pick the best one for their project. So in my pipeline, I implemented exactly this. We train many different models ranging from logistic regressions up to boosted decision trees, and then pick the best one based on auto-sample performance. So while we have automated model selection, we have a second issue. How do we compare feature importance across different models? We need a model agnostic metric. And I used Shapley values, which was discussed before today. Basically, a Shapley value is a score assigned to each feature proportional to their importance towards the prediction of the model. So the most important feature will have a larger Shapley value. So with this in place, for a question of a survey, we can actually identify what were the main demographic drivers for that question. And now, all we have to do is loop through each question in a survey, obtain their main demographic drivers, and then aggregate this result to obtain survey-wide insight. So let's look at an example. Jack wants to know how to better target his marketing campaign. So he goes on the Attest platforms, he generates a survey, and among his questions, he asks if you watch more than 6 hours of TV. When the results come in, and our automatic analysis can immediately identify that younger people who earn less than the average income tend to answer yes to his question. So Jack now knows that his marketing campaign has to target these demographics. So overall, during my project, I developed an automatic pipeline that can take in any survey, provide information at a question level where we can identify the key drivers for that question, but also survey-wide insight. This has the potential to increase Attest client satisfaction with the platform so that they can immediately get the key results from the survey. Thank you very much.